think we're started. Hi.
Hi, this is Juliet here with
Hello, I'm Brigitte
my lovely friend, and here I am in France, and we're sitting in the garden, and we've just had a really peaceful, quiet day, haven't we? Yeah.
Well, kind of, because Juliet has been here for a few days, so she's been relaxing, and so have I, after returning from a holiday on the Isle of Wight in England. And today I had a very powerful trauma healing session. And right now it's like the universe is mirroring back how deeply still we both feel. But we felt it would really be beautiful to share, yes, how we are feeling very, very empowered and yet extremely embodied and grounded.
Yeah, so embodied that it's hard to find the words of how to express
Yes.
what we want to share with you, but we have some very profound things to share, I hope, so just stay present, and we'll do that. So we've been getting in touch with some really deep trauma, haven't we?
Yes, very, very early childhood trauma, and it's fascinating how throughout life the very early trauma, which can happen at birth or even very, very tiny child like 12 months or 14 months, can be so impacted within the cellular memory and nervous system that you just keep on throughout your life pulling back the same trauma when you are relating or situations, and then you think
that it keeps happening.
It keeps happening, and you think, why am I still
going round
this loop?
This loop of the same stuff happening again.
Yes, it's like a nightmare in a way, because you think, oh my God, I've already done so much healing on that, but the body is still saying, hey, hang on, how about the legs? How about the buttocks?
How about going a bit deeper with it? So we actually did some cranial sacral work, but bringing that together with the trauma skills, pendulation and titration and so on. So we're working. It was quite deep and intense, wasn't it?
Yes, because it came from weeks. I've been experiencing like acid pain in my legs and buttocks. So I was telling Juliet how maybe I was just releasing as I'm embodying and getting ready to go live with my website. I was really releasing a lot of, the previous, maybe fear. Fear might not be the right word, but held up terror embedded in my legs and in my buttocks, and thinking, do I really want to go there?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. So B is all about bringing the values, the feminine values to the world, and that when we look at what's happening in the world at the moment, it's like a time of tremendous change, and it can make us very anxious. There are a lot of things going on that we're not happy about, environmental damage and financial pressures and stress and so on, and it's very much like we're millions of us on this planet are trying to find a new way of doing things that do not disempower people, that actually bring people support and lift them up and help them really create a life that's happy and joyous rather than feeling oppressed. And
so that's how we started today, because my lovely friend Juliet wanted to take her work on healing trauma on to the next level. And she said, my God, how am I going to do that? I really don't feel so good about this,
Because we can, as we make this shift to more feminine values and really beginning able to step up ourselves from a place of deep vulnerability, like Julia, who I was, one of my students I was talking to before, who's in the justice system, talking about how she can bring those trauma-informed services into the prison system. But in this process, you have to do a lot of personal healing, and I think this is true for all of us.
Yeah, and not comparing yourself, because at the moment in deep trauma healing, you have Peter Levine, you have Gabor Mate, you have some amazing people out there. So how not to compare yourself and feel, oh my God, I am this little.
Yeah, so I'm really bringing this work out into the world, but at the same time, it's like you look at the the greats, the leaders, and it's like, oh, am I good enough to do this? And you shared this wonderful story you created spontaneously.
Yes,
and this
because
is
Juliet,
Bee's gift.
yes,
just been
Juliet inspired me because as she was coming and being a little bit wobbly in her feet, and I said, oh, how about just being the seed that you're born to be? And then I started talking to her about the story of the willow and the oak tree, and how at first both of them were starting to say, oh, but you're so strong and your roots go so deep. And then the oak tree turned to the willow and said, yeah, but look at you. When there's a huge storm and life comes with a change of seasons, you bend, and it's like hearing the waves, and you give me support. And then and then the child comes and transforms the relationship between the willow and the oak, because both can bring support to each other. So this is what Juliet and I, we wanted to share today in this quiet energy space, how we can all be supportive to each other as we each hold gifts, absolutely amazing gifts. And they're all different, but just be true to who you're born to be, you know, and then, wow, this little story, it's only one little seed, but it made Juliet smile.
Yeah, made me smile, and it really had a deep meaning. And this is Bee's gift, is bringing art and stories to the world, and it's about how you can step up into being...
Yes, who I am as a shaman, as a psychic, as a medium, and as a different storyteller, because I have very powerful dreams, so then I can do dream work with them. So it's very profound healing. So
so we're trying. The message is to support you. It's like value in yourself, whoever you are, and value that you've got something really tremendous to bring forward to help others, but to help yourself fundamentally, to feel good about yourself, and to help you get through the difficulties that you might be facing in this moment when life feels arduous and challenging.
So even if you're feeling vulnerable, or if you're feeling absolutely terrified with the next stage of your life, your own process, your own inner process, because feminine values and healing is an organic process. It takes time to be gentle with yourself, but know that you're not alone. And we're all coming together. So,
and that this is true whether you're a man or a woman. Feminine values isn't about women. It's about more the right brain part of yourself, the part that is about relating and caring and having compassion. And that when we're very traumatized, we tend to split very much into the left and be very analytical or very cut off.
So it's being it's being all inclusive. So every level of life matters. The feminine values is about being inclusive, so you relate to every level of life. It can be from the tiny ant who is focused carrying a little seed, and she's very wise because she gets a little antennae and tells every other little ant, that's where you can get your little next seed. And they're all supportive to each other. And the bees do the same. The little bees do the bee dance, and then they all go back to the hive. So if we can remember that wisdom we each hold, then we can support each other instead of going with a trauma, going with a wound, rewounding. And just know that's the past, but let's address it. Let's not deny it. And then let's just trust we are there for each other.
And that life is interconnected and supportive. And everything on this planet works together.
Totally.
And that's the important thing to understand, is that when we cause harm in one place, we cause harm in many places. So by taking care of yourself and taking care of the smallest things around you, then that brings a greater stability and harmony to your own family, to your own life, and to the planet. So,
and you are, at that moment, a totally co-creator. And that's your divine blueprint. And that's beautiful. So that's amazing. So we're feeling extremely quiet energy. So I hope this video comes with a lot of love, a tremendous opening of the heart, and just a little seed of wisdom from two elders. To all the beautiful people, friends, children, men, women, and all life. We bless you. And thank you for watching and tuning. And stay true and be the little true being that you're born to be.
Bye.
Bye, my loves.